Hi, my name is Victor Vasquez. I'm one of the co-executive directors at SOMOS Mayfair. And at SOMOS, we build power, we organize families, we address inequality through a resident-led process. I think for us, what community-led development means is anti-displacement. It's making sure that the development in our community is controlled by the community and that it benefits them, right? For so many years, we've been recipients of somebody else's development or underdevelopment, and it's time for us to take the development in our hands, not be afraid, and build the kind of community and society that we want to do. And I believe that because if you look at our history and our ancestors, they were already doing development. They were building pyramids and aqueducts, and like they have their own technologies. So it's in us, it's in our blood, it's in our culture to be developers of the community, and in a way that's also caretaking of the people and the lands. We have that within our culture and our history and our DNA. I've seen San Francisco and the development that the Asian American community is taking out there. We've learned about Oakland and the Fruitvale district and how they're taking development in their own hands to house people, to develop businesses, to preserve historical sites. And for us, that's been extremely helpful because we're also in that fight. We've been in the struggle to rebuild the Maxa building, which is a historical youth center that actually burnt down in August, but we're so committed to becoming community-led developers that we are continuing to fight on and organize so that in the next 18 to 20 months, we can have a feasibility study, we can have the funding and constructions, the architects, the vision, the programs, and really rebuilt this beautiful youth center that looked like a pyramid in the barrio. I think what I'm really proud of is the community that we have built. Like a lot of us that are part of this process are people who aspire to do housing work, people who aspire to be developers of color, but also community organizers. And that's a community that we've built. Our relationships are stronger. We're having deeper conversations about what development means, the challenges of it, the intersections with policy and power building. This project is really building the next generation of community developers that are folks of color, but also are justice minded. And they're advocates and organizers. And I think that's the added value, that you're taking people who are always fighting the systems to deconstruct systems or abolish systems, but now you're giving them the tools to build systems and build with community ones and being more proactive and self-determined. Well, I think this project is really preparing us to take on the struggle of anti-displacement to the next level. And so that allows us to dream, to think about how long and what would it take for us to be rooted in our neighborhoods, not just fighting, but actually living and creating the spaces that we want to see. For us, the Mayfair Neighborhood Trust is something that we're building through this. And now you're creating a whole generation of developers of color who are going to produce housing in the future. But I think what people forget to see is that you're giving us the opportunity to have access to an industry that we've never been welcomed in.